Trump still maintains executive power over people who work for him or apparently who used to work for him regarding conversations this criminal son of a bitch had with these people. He can still say, executive privilege, executive privilege. Well, you can't do executive privilege with a bank. A federal judge today rejected a request by Donald Trump to block congressional subpoenas for his banking records. No, it doesn't work that way, President asshole. It doesn't work that way. This bank is not somebody you can intimidate with your executive privilege. You can stiff them. You can take their money and run. You can lie, cheat, and steal. But when it goes into court, you're fucked, President Pig. The decision was handed up in the U.S. District Court for the Southern District of New York. Oh, them again. And it will probably clear the way for Deutsche Bank and Capital One. What's in your wallet? Huh? A subpoena, motherfucker. That's what's in your wallet. Deutsche Bank and Capital One will now be required to hand over the president's financial records to Democrats in the House. Trump's attorneys could appeal the decision, but that is an exercise in absolute futility. Attorneys for Trump and his fucked up family and the Trump Organization, according to the Washington Post today, filed for a preliminary injunction earlier this month as part of a lawsuit. There he goes again, trying to block the two institutions from handing over documents to the House Financial Services and the House Intelligence Committees. The three attorneys wrote, quote, "There will be no way to unring the bell once the banks give Congress the requested information." That's the whole point, assholes. These three attorneys went on, "The committees will have reviewed confidential documents that this court may later determine were illegally subpoenaed." And oh, fuck you with your illegally subpoenaed. These guys, these attorneys for Trump, these evil bastards, they're always throwing that out. Well, that's illegal. Well, you can't do that. Well, no, yeah. However, the judge who listened to this horseshit, U.S. District Judge Edgardo Ramos, oh, fuck, he's probably a Mexican, right? The district judge, Edgardo Ramos, said today that Trump's lawsuit was unlikely to go anywhere. It's bullshit. Deutsche Bank and Capital One did not respond to requests by the Washington Post to comment. Now, this ruling comes 2 days after a federal judge in Washington rejected Trump's stable of fucked up lawyers, their argument in a separate case seeking to block the House Oversight Committee's demands for records from Trump's accounting firm, Mazars USA. Trump's attorneys notified the judge yesterday that they appealed, quote, all aspects of the ruling. Everything, motherfucker! But it didn't work. The judge said, get the fuck out of here. So the Oversight Committee's demands for record from Trump's accounting firm, and he can't use executive privilege there either. Oh, poor baby. Pelosi welcomed today's ruling, saying she was, quote, very excited, end quote, by the news. She said, 2 in 1 week, Mazar on Monday, Deutsche Bank today, end quote. She knows how to just paste this motherfucker up against the wall, doesn't she? Sorry, Donnie boy, you fucking with the wrong member of Congress. Not because I say that, but because Pelosi knows how to handle your useless ass. Anyway, Deutsche Bank, as you know, was a major lender to both the Trump organization and his fucking little creepy, skinny son-in-law, Jared Kushner, and the Kushner companies. Jared Kushner, of course, is now a presidential advisor. Fuck. Deutsche Bank has loaned or been a co-lender of at least, you want to guess how much? $1 million? $10 million? $100 million? $500 million? $1 billion? $1,500,000,000? $2 billion? No! $2.5 billion to Trump's business. Much of that came at a time when other banks declined to provide him money because he was such a credit risk. That's according to Wall Street Journal report. At one point, when Trump had trouble paying back a loan for Chicago Tower, Trump sued the bank. Motherfucker, saying the bank had played a role in a broader financial crisis that hurt the project. Trump and the bank eventually settled the case. I'm sure they did, but you know what? Trump's not going to settle this shit. No. And shortly before Election Day in 2016, Deutsche Bank finalized a loan to the Kushner little prick in the amount of $285 million. There's plenty of money in America. It's just that the fucking criminals control it all, right? At the time, the bank was negotiating settlements with federal and New York regulators. Deutsche Bank is going to turn out to be, first of all, as Rachel Maddow reported a year ago or more, it's a shithole of money laundering for Russian oligarchs and apparently Trump and Kushner. Deutsche Bank is, well, as Trump would say, let's wait and see. Congressional Democrats have long said they want to examine bank loans, Trump's bank loans, and Kushner businesses, particularly to see if there's any connection to money laundering in Russia. Yeah, well, what do you want to bet there is? Trump has never succeeded on the merits of his claims in court. He always winds up grinding his adversary down until they finally say, okay, fuck it, let's just settle. Pelosi and the House Democratic committees are not going to settle, Orange Man. They're not going to settle until ultimately your ass is run out of town. Right into the arms of all these goddamn convictions you're going to be facing when you're a private citizen. Hi, Truth Seekers. Mike Malloy here. As you know, we've switched formats and are now broadcast exclusively on the Progressive Voices Network. So that means you get fewer program interruptions, no corporate commercials, and lots of profanity. But our format change also means some of our radio listeners no longer hear the program. It's been a while since I mentioned our podcasts, so you may have forgotten that there is a way to listen to this program anytime you need a good dose of screaming. Visit MikeMalloy.com and subscribe to our podcasts. You have your choice. You can listen to the ranting with the audio podcast or listen and watch me lose control with a video podcast subscription. As a podcast subscriber, you can download the program to your mobile device and take me with you wherever you go. And if you have a friend who needs a dose of truth-seeking, you can give a gift subscription as well. That's MikeMalloy.com, and never miss a minute of the uncensored fun and frivolity.